It's never too late to start, and age is just a number. What's going on, guys? I'm Haben Godefa, and today we're going to talk about how it is never too late for you to begin or change course. So, a little bit backstory about who I am. I am an artist, writer, creative, and I spent from 18 up until I would say 28 pursuing music. I'm a songwriter. I have released over 100 songs on DSP, SoundCloud is included, YouTube included. But I would say that when I turned 28 or 29, I stopped pursuing music, and instead I just treat it as the passion that it is. And I find it to be more fun now than ever before. One thing I learned is that from reading a lot of self-help books, one of these days on my channel, I'll do a video on the best books if you're just starting out, especially for like the younger guys, younger girls that are just like that just graduated high school, just turned 18 and looking to like expound their mind aside from what traditional educational systems have taught them. So I'll do a video one day about those books. But just from reading a lot of those books, one thing I learned is that any sort of knowledge can be acquired pretty fast, right? As you get older, you'd want to figure out how to learn at a quicker pace. And I guess when I was little or younger, sometimes it felt like, okay, if I'm picking up this new skill, it's going to take me it's going to take me X amount of time to learn it. But what you don't realize is that time isn't the same for everyone else, and you can figure out ways to learn something pretty fast just by how dedicated you are to it, right? These days, I feel like on YouTube, you can watch a video or just videos on one topic and spend 1 hour for 7 days. And those 7 days, you would be so much further ahead than you would have been had you never started. And where I'm at now, I can learn a new skill set in a day. Like, shocking. I'll just spend like 6 hours, 5 hours. I'll just lock in. When I'm trying to learn something, I'll lock in. I'll spend 6, 7 hours on it, and I'll learn it in a day. So, guys, right now I'm 30. That's a lie, actually. I just turned 31. My bad. I forget. I don't celebrate my birthday. All right, so I just turned 31, right? When I was 18, music was everything. Music and spirituality. I was focused on, actually, instead of music, let's say art. So I was focused on art and spirituality. All I created was art, music, and all the books that I read were spiritual books, right? This is where I learned how to meditate. I learned the power of the mind. I learned to get rid of any sort of anxiety or stress. And spirituality served as a foundation that would set me on a course for the rest of my life. It actually taught me a lot about what I don't want. I actually thought it was going to teach me a lot about what I do want, but it actually taught me a lot about what I don't want out of life. I realized that I didn't want to be famous. I want to move to Rio one day and be able to walk on the beach in Brazil. I enjoy going to Venice Beach here in Los Angeles and nobody knowing who I am, right? And I enjoy just living more of an introverted life and just focusing on my writing and my growth, personal growth, right? So as you get older in life, you start to figure out, hopefully you start to figure out more about what you do and what you don't want, right? So the whole purpose of this video is just to let you guys know that it doesn't really necessarily matter where you're at on your journey right now in life. You can decide in an instant to change course. You can decide in an instant to feel young or feel old, right? When I was, right now, like I said, I'm 31, right? Right now, when I'm 31, feels young to me just because of my perspective. But I remember being 23, and 23 seems much younger than 31, right? I remember being 23, and I had a coworker. I never ask people their age. I don't really want to define you by your age. I really don't care. I'm not like a big birthday person as well. I had a coworker. She was 26, and she asked me. She said, "How old are you?" And I said, "I'm 23." And she said, "Oh my God, you're so young. I feel so old. All you guys are so young." All of our coworkers were like 25, 24, whatever. And I said, "How old are you?" She said, 26. And I was like, 26 is not old. At 23, I was thinking this. 26 is not old, right? I remember being 18, working with somebody that was 25. And they said they felt old. And I was like, that's not old. When I got to 25, 26, I didn't feel old. But guess what? If I was working with an 18-year-old while I was 26, they looked at me as old. If I was 28 and my coworker was 19, 18, they looked at me as old, right? But it's just all perspective. The thing about those people who view their age as being old is that they base all of their personal growth, all of their beliefs, all of their dreams based on their age, right? So if they feel like 25 is old, they'll start to settle and make decisions based on their perspective of their age, right? When in fact, 25 is quarter of a century. 25 is nothing but a number. It's all about the mind, M, how you think. So right now, at the age of 31, like I said earlier, I spent the first 10 years of my adult life, so from 18 through 28, I spent focused on art and spirituality. Told you guys, entrepreneurs don't know how to spell. And then when I turned 28, I decided, you know what? I feel like I got my foundation already with spirituality, and there's only so much you can learn. But that's not true. The amount you can learn is endless. But I feel like because I spent so much time learning about spirituality, reading books, meditating, doing all of that, I feel like it's a part of my foundation now. Put an F for foundation. And so it is ingrained in who I am. I don't no longer need to necessarily try. I just naturally watch videos on YouTube about certain things that relate to spirituality. I'll read certain books, whatever. But I say, you know what? You know where I lack? I lack in business, right? I'm always going to make art. It's a part of who I am. It's ingrained. Spirituality is now ingrained in who I am. You know what? I need to read books. I need to study business. I need to start a business. I need to learn about business, which is also learn about money as well too, and how to make money. And so I said, since I spent the first 18 years, I spent the first 10 years of my adult life focused on art and spirituality. When I turned 28, I said I'm going to spend the next 10 years from 28 to 38 focused on business. And I'm not saying I'm not going to focus on it more after the age of 38, but the point is, okay, I saw what could happen in 10 years. Now that I also know how I could have sped those 10 years up as far as my learning capabilities, I'm going to apply that to learning business, and I'm going to spend the next 10 years learning how to market myself and how to sell myself, right? M plus X equals money, right? But also, I'm going to learn how to give value, put a V for there, and plus whatever, plus impact others' lives, right? Which also equals more money, but also equals community as well too. So anyway, I could go on about this all day. I have no idea if I'm making sense, but it's just something that clicked in my head. But the point I'm trying to make, guys, is that age is nothing but a number, and the moment you think you are old or the window of opportunity is closing for you, that's the moment you might as well just hang it all up. Not literally, like don't do something harmful to yourself, but it's just like life is technically over. It's like, you guys, it's never too late. You guys can win at any single moment. You just have to make the decision to do so. I have faith in you guys. I'm going to talk about this more in other videos. I think this video is dragging. Let me see how long I've been talking for. Oh, 10 minutes, that's not bad. But anyway, I love you guys. More to come in the next few videos. Guys, don't feel like it's too late. It doesn't matter what age you are. I also, even though I'm only 31, I look at 40 as being young, right? But I'm not saying that as an excuse for you to not do nothing. I'm saying wherever you're at in life right now, just start. Progress is better than no progress, right? Any sort of movement is better than no movement at all. So you guys can do it. Love.